laps later. Nascar can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around, we're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force it off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Bouchard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
No back into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh,
and
my
to
goodness.
the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
This one does. That's horrible.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Charlotte, North Carolina here for the finale of the Tobacco Road Sim Racing Next Gen Series. I am your host, Mac Nelson. My partner in the booth with me, Mr. Emmett Crow. Rob Campbell behind the cameras doing his thing as always. Big shout out to RC. And it's going to be a good night here in Charlotte. What do you think about it, Emmett?
Yeah, it's definitely a good evening to you, Mac. You know, I wish this championship battle was still going on, but I mean, congrats to Ronald Braylon on the championship. But we're going to see some great racing tonight with this Gen 7 car, definitely.
Yeah, so on the slate for us here tonight, 150 laps around the ever so tricky Charlotte, getting that car set in at high speeds going into turn 1 and turn 3. You're going to be able to see a lot of overtaking on the outside for the cars that don't set their car properly on that white line. However, the bottom line definitely going to be the strong line, at least for the first half of the race here.
Yeah, it definitely is going to be until that high side, till the tires start getting, till they rubber up on that high line. But we see right here with Travis Everett, you know, he's running that kind of, he's dominating the corner. Ooh, got into the wall a little bit, but really dominating the corner as he drops right down here, gets it right there at that white and blue stripe line, and gets a lot of speed coming off that corner down to the quad oval at the line.
Yeah, and something to note here, the weather and time of day as well. 77 degrees outside, 77 degrees on the track as well. That's going to do nothing but drop as we get under the lights here at Charlotte. You see Travis Everett there, done with his qualifying. Joe Bonner here, currently in P12. That lap is going to put him to a 29.82. So very well done from Joe Bonner. However, top time currently, Mr. Brandon McLaughlin, he sets at a 29.48. That is going to be his qualifying done. But very, very close times as we go from 4th back to 10th. So these top 2 guys here, these top 3 guys, Emmett, are a little ahead of everybody when it comes to the pace.
Yeah, as we take a look at Nate Lesko in the Dunkaroos Toyota 20 machine, Toyota Camry. You know, Brandon McLaughlin had some great runs in the last few races. Just got caught up in those late race wrecks and wasn't able to rally. But it's kind of weird, Mac. He's not doesn't have a RFK scheme really.
Yeah. The first time I think in 3 weeks that we've seen that. As Mr. Ronald Braylon here in that number 23. He is your championship leader, like Emmett said before. He is top of the pack, and he is topped by a decent margin. So pretty sure he has got it wrapped up here. You see Chris Toppings there, 249 behind Mr. Braylon's 270. Michael Peden, however, just 1 point behind Chris Toppings, and then James Johnson a little bit further behind with 234. So a big battle for second here, as there's really probably, 4 drivers that can claim it here tonight.
Yeah, and what a job by Quack Pack Racing. These guys, they got a 1-2 in points right now. That could change as the race goes on, but like you said, what is that, 30-point cushion? Yeah, it's going to be tough, but somebody's going to have to, it looks like Chris Topping's going to have to lead every lap of this race and pick up the win if he wants to win that championship. And Braylon's going to have to DNF if they want that to happen.
Yeah, but, Emmett, of any place to do it, it could be here at Charlotte. Charlotte is one of those tracks that when you look at it on paper, you look at all the classic races over the history of not only in real life, but in the, sim racing esport world as a whole, there have been a lot of drivers that have dominated this race. I think back to Nick Ottinger in the NASCAR Cup Series in 2019. He went on to eventually win that championship, and one of those key races was here at Charlotte. And then also you have the underdogs like Malik Ray, who won here a couple of years ago. Not sure if it was a Coke Series race or just, a big special event, but he did get it done here. And will we see an underdog, or will we see a Titan claim victory here today?
Well, this is these guys' Super Bowl. They go to Daytona, but it's called the Tobacco Road Cup Series. This is right in their backyard. So everybody's going to be looking for this, and we're ready to get started.
Yes, sir. Starting grid, row 1, Brendan McLaughlin, Nate Lesko. Row number 2, Travis Everett and James Johnson. Row number 3, P5, Casey Gross. P6 is going to be Scott Matthews. Sitting in that 4th row, Tyler LaBarge and Chad Lancaster. Row number 5, Mr. Champion Ronald Braylon, James LaBarge as well. P11, Adolfo Castillo. P12, Chris Toppings. Row number 7, Joshua Nunez with Michael Peden on his outside in that 24 car. Row number 8, Joe Bonner and Justin Kaus. Row number 9, Cody Adams and Tommy D'Angelo. Row number 10, Chris Perry and GT Idrizetti. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Row 11, Ryan Mason and Johnny Thunders. I went with the dialect that I thought it was. Row number 12 going to be Jason Kaus. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be our biggest grid here in the Tobacco Road Sim Racing Series for, I think, 4 weeks, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. So we did see, I think, 12 drivers 2 weeks ago. I think we saw 14 last week, all the way up to 23 here this week for the finale.
Yeah, great car count. And like I said, this is these guys' Super Bowl. This is bragging rights for the state of North Carolina. They don't call the series the Tobacco Road Cup Series for nothing.
Yeah. I agree, and I cannot wait to see these drivers do battle. And Charlotte, we see it all the time. We see these 1.5 mile tracks. They're really fun to watch. Whether you're going to Texas, Michigan, or here at Charlotte. And it just seems that here at Charlotte, the racing is so intense and it's so close all the time. And it's like you're on the edge of your seat the entire time. You have no idea what's going to happen. Yeah,
definitely. And for somebody who has actually, been to Texas, it was always, especially in the Gen 7. I was there in the Gen 6 and Gen 7, so that was definitely a treat. But yeah, it was the All-Star race where Kyle Larson beat Brad Keselowski on the last corner, and the last year Brad ran the 2 in the All-Star race. So yeah, it was exciting. It was hot during the day because it was during the summer, but when the sun went down and the action heated up, it was a great race.
And hopefully a great race is what we see here tonight. Maybe some cinema, like you said, your experience in real life. If there was any service we would be able to get something close to that on, it is the iRacing service. Brandon McLaughlin will have the button. The iRacing official pace car makes its way off of the track. 10 long weeks comes down to this. We are green at Charlotte. Nate Lesko jumping out. Looking to get a little bit of an advantage here on that high side against Brendan McLaughlin. The cold tires, they are going to suit a little better around that outside, and like a slingshot, Nate Lesko is just out of there. He says, let's leave. And him and James Johnson are gone.
Yeah, they're definitely gone, but we got a car in the wall. That's going to be, looks like the 17, I believe, of, is it the 7? I thought it was the 17. I couldn't tell. The orange and white car up there. Looks like
yeah, Scott Matthews in that number 7. Fun fact, he was fastest in practice for a majority of it until a time did dethrone him. So Scott Matthews qualifying 6th, but got to be one of the fastest cars out there here tonight.
Yeah, definitely got to be out there. This is winter going home, you know, for some of these guys as we take a look right here, seeing some action. Our second in points, Mr. Chris Topping, starting to make his way up through the field. It's going to be a big shot for Chris. He's going to have to get up on his horse and ride if he wants to take home this championship from Braylon.
Yeah, and like you said, Braylon just looking ever so good in every single race this season. He has been Mr. Consistent, and maybe, probably, hopefully for him, at the end of tonight, he will be called Mr. Champion instead of Mr. Consistent. So sorry, go ahead, Emmett.
I was going to say, it's the 16 of Tyler LaBarge. That's who got in the wall. And sorry about that. I thought it was the 17, but earlier, the 16 of LaBarge got into the wall a couple laps ago. Pretty good hit, pretty good scrape into the wall. It wasn't enough damage, but it was definitely a good hit. Oh my gosh, look at Cody Adams' car.
Yeah, Cody Adams has seen something. I don't know entirely what that is, but he has seen something. As that is, and he's going to get into the wall. He's a little bit wishy-washy here. He might need to get that front end fixed.
And it was not Cody Adams, it was Joe Bonner. That's who it was. The names had switched up. It was Joe Bonner, Mac, that had that damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Joe Bonner on damage alert. He is currently only down 1 position, just dropped his position to GT. That is P15 on your screen. P3, Brandon McLaughlin looking to make a move on James Johnson. Still rocking that 88 Budweiser. A little bit of utopian reality scheme. The Budweiser on the 88. As we look crossing the start-finish line. A very, very unique line coming into turn 1 here at Charlotte, Emmett. Mm-hmm. You got to flare out after you pass the start-finish line because obviously going down the front straight, you want to be in the straightest line as possible heading to the line. So you're actually kind of cookie-cutting that front straight, and you're going to flare out and then set your car back in for turn 1. And the reason for that, or I guess not the reason for that, but because of that, tire wear is nothing to play with here at Charlotte.
No, it's not. And the thing is, you know, when we used to run the Gen 5 and the Gen 6 cars, it seemed like, excuse me, it seemed like when you hit the start-finish line, you immediately dropped to the bottom. And that's where you got all the speed, and then you drifted it up to the wall coming into turn 2 and down the backstretch. But with this Gen 7, Mac, everybody wants to run up next to the wall. And they're getting a lot more speed up there, so that's definitely an interesting point to make.
Yeah, almost a Kansas line. If for any of you watching at home, if you're familiar with Kansas Speedway, that is the name of the game through 1 and 2. Get up next to that wall and side draft that corner and carry it around like a conveyor belt. And here at Charlotte, it seems like to start the race, a lot of people were opting for that. But as we get going here, we're 10 laps in. Some of these lead pack drivers are starting to opt for that lower set into turn 1 here, like Casey Groves here, the 13 of Travis Everett as well. So multi-groove racing, however, I do believe as the race goes on, that top side, if it trends down like it is right now, is going to be almost useless.
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to ask, you know, Sarasota's in Canada, right?
Sarasota is, I believe, in Canada, yes.
Okay, I was thinking that.
Oh, Sarah, I'm getting notions. I'm getting notions in my head. There's murmurs around the paddock that Sarasota is in Florida and not Canada. So it's a very good thing me and Emmett are not geography teachers, because we would be failing our youth right now.
Oh, man.
So, but what I can talk about is racing. And Brandon McLaughlin here, looking to make a move on the outside of James Johnson. That is unfortunately not going to be able to stick, as James Johnson really has a beat on his car right now.
Yeah, definitely. Brandon McLaughlin doing a great job. Who knew it was going to taking off the Brad K scheme for Brandon McLaughlin to make some runs, definitely.
And a tricky run through the front straight there for Brandon McLaughlin. We'll have to figure out if that is track limits or not. It seemed like he took a whole lot of grass going to the start-finish line there, but nothing of note yet, as James Johnson looking to get around Brandon McLaughlin here. And Brandon gonna make me eat my words. He has got a ton of pace around that top side right now.
Yeah, let's go, Brandon. You know, it just looks like he's just got the pace. But, you know, you're talking about could be off track. I mean, he took the Dale Earnhardt line.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he took the Intimidator line, that is for sure. As Travis Everett at the back of your screen here, looking to fall a little bit behind in the pace. He's actually running about 0.2 slower that lap than he did last lap. That is a bigger fall off than all of the other drivers in his group. So Travis Everett, who has now posted a new lap, and that is going to be just almost faster than the leader. So Travis Everett, I guess, making a singular mistake, wanting to capitalize on it, and now he is back in the mix.
Yeah, and I just want to add, Mac, we do have 2 cars out of this race. Both Jason Kaus and Joe Bonner have taken it to the garage.
So early night in for the 827 of Jason Kaus, as
oh gosh,
that almost looked like a intentional walling, one of the benefits of sim racing, as Joe Bonner, I thought that was live, almost gave me a heart attack. He's going to go sliding across. That is the end of the pit straight. That is a very hard hit.
No
I am
caution.
surprised we did not go yellow for that.
Definitely.
Debris all over the track as well. So an unfortunate demise for those two. Calling it here very, very early in this race. Lap 17, we've got James LaBarge in the pits. That number 26, purple and yellow, almost looking like a Los Angeles Lakers scheme with that color. He is going to bring it in. Brandon McLaughlin still taking it around this top side.
Yeah, look at McLaughlin right here working on Lesko for the lead. He's going to try to use, I think he might try to use the lap car as a pick, or Lesko's going to use the lap car maybe as a pick. Who knows?
Who knows? That is a big, big strategy here in oval racing. You've got to manage the traffic, weave your way through it. Now James Johnson, he's going to say, hey, I want that speed that Mr. Brandon McLaughlin has, and he is going to take the top side as well. We will see if it yields a better lap time. Across the line, it is going to be almost the exact same time he ran. I believe it was a 30.4 on his last, and that was a 30.54. Go ahead, Emmett.
I was going to say, I'm scratching my head because James LaBarge has been on pit road and he's 3 laps down. I wonder if he is taking it. But look, Tyler LaBarge, looks like he's on the track, so I don't know if we got it mixed up or what.
Yeah, they are brothers.
Okay.
Almost makes you wonder, maybe they are in the same household, or I guess that would actually diffuse that question, because I do remember one time I was racing with a friend on the same, in the same house, and the internet went out for me, did not go out for him.
Wow.
So that was really confusing because we were doing a team race, and yeah, that, basically ruined our night. So hopefully not the same situation here for the LaBarge brothers. Chris Toppings, as we go picture in picture, that is Brandon McLaughlin on your right, and then on your left, Scott Matthews here, who is currently inside of the top 10 a little bit. He is in P7. He started this race P6. He looked like a really fast car in the opening, but now his pace starting to fall off a little bit. So did he use up his stuff a little too early in it?
Yeah, that is a good question. Definitely starting to fall off by about, wow, 2/10 of a second. I mean, he's picked up. It was the last lap was what, 4/10 of a second, so he's picking it up a little bit.
As the 69 of Adolfo Castillo there in that Toyota Camry, he hit the wall pretty hard in that Quantum 69. He hit the wall pretty hard on that last go around down the back straight. Gonna hit it again, coming out of turn 4. And over the course of a little bit, beating the wall down like that, it is going to build up a little bit of aero damage.
Yeah, definitely. As we see Castillo trying to get to the inside. He's not going to have Sood, and Michael Pedon's sitting here waiting like a cat waiting in the weeds, just waiting to pounce, trying to take these 2 guys and kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yep, like my dog, every time I've got burgers on the grill, just sitting there, very, very attentive, waiting for his moment to strike. There's Tommy D'Angelo, the Clifton Park, New York driver, looking to chop it up with Ronald that is the 16. That is a lap car. No, it's not a lap car. I apologize. That is Tyler LaBarge. He is 9 spots down in P16. He started the race P7, so not the greatest of days for Tyler LaBarge, but fortunate for him, there is a lot of race left here in virtual Charlotte. The weather starting to cool down, the track starting to cool down as well. So over the course of the night on these new tires, with the rubber being laid down, you should be able to see a decent decrease in lap times. As Brandon McLaughlin here, looking to catch up to Nate Lesko. He, unfortunately, though, went 2/10 slower on that last lap, and then 2/100 of a second slower on that lap that they just posted. So Nate Lesko with the advantage here, coming into the 3rd lap of their 3-lap stint here.
Yeah, and I just want to apologize to the LaBarge family. I got so mixed up because I was thinking of, our 2 cars out, Kaus and Bonner, and I don't know where I thought both LaBarges were out. But anyways, Tyler LaBarge is doing a great job out here. What is that on the side of that car? Is that like it looks like Dick Dastardly driving a go-kart or something, as we see Scott Matthews hit the wall right there.
Yeah, Scott Matthews in that number 7 orange and white machine. Yeah, the number 16. We'll have a closer look. Tommy D'Angelo wants a closer look as well. Muff Diver? Muff Diver Motorsports, I believe. Little MM. Little M's like Maybach music. But hopefully he doesn't end up like Rick Ross and crashing. Which I'm pretty sure it was Daytona that Rick Ross crashed at during his little like VIP experience thing. I don't think it was Charlotte. I don't even know if Charlotte does the NASCAR experiences like they do at the super speedways. They very well could.
Yes, they do.
That is.
I know at Texas they do the NASCAR experience. Are you talking about the experience?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, they do it at Texas. And then another thing with Speedway Charities is we see William Perry. Is that William Perry off the pace, I believe? Chris Perry, sorry. I don't know where I get William Perry at. It's a football player. But anyways, another cool thing with Speedway Charities that Marcus Smith does at all these tracks is you can pay, I think it's $30, and you actually get to drive 5 laps around Charlotte, Texas, Atlanta. Well, not, I don't know if Atlanta does it anymore, but you know, those tracks, the mile and a halves.
Exactly.
But you can't. But you get to use your own car. But you can't go on the banking. They won't let you go on the banking, but you can ride around on the apron, which who wants to do that?
Yeah, I don't imagine anyone, especially here at Charlotte. That's a lot of banking for a short track like this. I bet that's fun.
And then also, a cool thing they do, I know they do it at Charlotte because I've seen it. They do Christmas at the Speedway. They put Christmas lights in the infield, and you can actually drive through a little small portion of the track and see the Christmas lights. And they also do that at Texas. And I believe they do it at Coda as well. You could drive through there on the course, I believe.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Getting in the Christmas spirit.
Ho, ho, ho.
But who is not in the Christmas spirit right now is James Johnson. He is not giving a single inch to Mr. Casey Gross here in that number 77 Quantum. He is looking to make some sort of move happen. He's ducking and diving. He's weaving around, trying to throw James Johnson off, trying to get ahead mentally, but he is not able to do it as James Johnson through 1 and 2 just looks absolutely stellar. I mean, every single lap we've watched him.
Oh, got on the apron right there.
Unfortunately, he got on the apron a little bit. That's a little bit of a commentator's curse.
He's coming in.
He's going in. He's going in. So green flag pit stops coming around. James Johnson is in. Travis Everett in. Gary Braylon in. Adolfo Peden, Irizarry, Matthews, Lancaster, Mason, Adams, Nunez, Toppings, D'Angelo, Kaus, and Perry all in the pits right now. McLaughlin, Lesko, Adams, Nunez, Labarge. Now they're starting to come out. First cycle coming out. We will see the timing tower. We'll see the position start to flip-flop a little bit.
And we got a caution.
We are yellow. Lap 34. That is the 4:59 of Justin Kaus.
This race will not run flag to flag.
It will not, but 34 laps here at Charlotte. That's got to be so frustrating for the drivers who are really good under these green flag stops and really good under these long runs. As we look at Justin Kaus here, just gonna get on the throttle, hits the drain, the little drain erosion from the water on the track. He's gonna hit the throttle under that. That is going to spell disaster for him.
So here's the thing, okay? Bonner hit the wall a ton. It sent debris on the track, and we didn't get a caution, but we get a caution for that little spin right there.
Yeah, that's the iRacing.
Come on, Barney.
Official yellow flag. Yeah, Barney he gets scared, man. He gets scared. Someone spins out in the pit. He gets a little scared. Someone comes cutting the grass on the front straight and then smacks into the end of the pit wall. He's cool. He's chilling. But if you spin out in that pit lane, he gets scared. He starts frantically waving that flag around.
It's out of his vision.
Wanting to make sure all the drivers are safe, yeah.
He's a nearsight guy, and that's too far out of his vision.
Yeah, that's out of his render distance. He's got to turn it up in his settings a little bit.
Oh, man.
Like me when I wake up in foggy Kentucky on a winter morning. I feel like my render distance is all the way on the lowest it can get. Minecraft players, you're getting old. I know you're getting old like me, so if you know, you know. It's a little Minecraft Easter egg for you guys there. As we are yellow, it went yellow lap 34. We are currently on lap 36, looking to get going back here shortly. We'll bunch everyone up. And with that being said, I want to take a second here. This is the finale of the Tobacco Road Sim Racing Next Gen Series here tonight. However, over the course of the next couple of weeks, they're going to be having recruitment races. I believe there are currently 4 slated for, open public enrollment. You can find that in the hosted section of the iRacing, I would assume, unless they do it under the league. But that is not an issue because you can find all of the league information on their Discord, which is in the description of this live stream. So if you like what you're seeing out on track and you want to go kick it with the boys every Wednesday night here in the Tobacco Road Sim Racing Next Gen Series, go to that Discord, hit you up a little application or however they do things over there. Get yourself enrolled and you might see yourself on the big screen here in a couple of weeks' time.
Hopefully we see Mac in those recruitment races.
You don't want to see me, gang. I can't lie to you. I'm pretty bad. I'm all right, but I'm nowhere near as good as these drivers, man. These are... I'm a perennial 1500 I rating guy. I don't really get any better than that. That's my peak. I'm like Tony Snell in the playoffs.
Well, I'm setting at C-Class, so yeah, you're doing better than me. I've been setting at C-Class for 3 years.
That's why we're up here in the booth, man. We're not down there on the track. That's why we're in the booth. As James Johnson going to come around, he's going to try to get caught back up to the pack. iRacing official pace car there, looking good in all of its glory. Like a cattleman trying to herd the cattle through the fields. Except it's cars and asphalt. So you're just going to have to twist your mind a little bit to make that analogy work.
Live the punchy life.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Precisely. As I think the lights might be out on the pace car. No, they definitely are not. We are not bunched up at all. Yep, lights are on the pace car. They'll probably turn off here once it goes past the start-finish line. And we'll see to make sure I am correct. It's like a suspenseful moment.
So, I'll tell you, Max, I did this Xfinity series, and they actually painted a Volkswagen Beetle to be the choose cone. And what they did, they parked it on the backstretch, and everybody would swerve it out where they wanted to go. And only one time that it got hit. But yeah, it was an actual driver. Like there was an actual.
I did the Volkswagen Beetle choose cone. That sounds like something I'd love to do, actually.
I think they got paid to do it too.
Ooh, now that is a job. Let me tell you. Right? That is a job. Mr. Johnny Thunders in that number 60 car.
The Thunder from Down Under.
Looks like he is going to be starting on the outside of your leader here, Mr. Travis Everett. Lights are out.
I'm guessing Lou Ray is in North Carolina.
I'm done guessing unless I'm 100% certain that I am right.
I'll have to take a gander at it.
So it looks like we've got a little bit of a classic delay green here as the lights go back on the pace car. Sure, we're going to be seeing some sort of wave arounds or reposition here with the grid.
Still being told that LeRae is actually in Virginia, Mac.
Yeah. We're getting murmurs. We're getting murmurs. The tweets are coming in. They're saying LeRae. And we actually have ourselves a treat here. We are bringing in the number 12 car, Chris Toppings, to talk about next season here at the Tobacco Road Next Gen Series. Chris, Mac and Emmett up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Got a copy.
Chris, now explain to me. Tonight is the finale, but explain to me what you guys are kind of aiming for as a vision for next season in the Tobacco Road Sim Racing Next Gen Series?
Well, really, we're trying to just get a good group of consistent, clean guys. And tonight is one of our biggest turnouts, and it's been great. Minimal cautions. We apologize. We had a crazy green flag stop that had a caution, and it's got the field all messed up. So we're trying to get it fixed. So, we're just looking for a good turnout. Just everybody to have a good time, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And would you say that the motto of Quack Pack Racing is indeed just out here to have a good time? You're out here having a quack.
That's right. We're a bunch of quacks anyway.
Yeah, exactly. We'll let you get back to that. We are green here in the Tobacco Road Sim Racing Next Gen Series. We got to get Chris moved. Yes, sir. He is back. He is locked in. I heard him tell his crew chief that he thought the interview was maybe a little bit of a conspiracy to get him off his game.
Braylon in the wall.
Yeah, our championship leader there, Mr. Ronald Braylon, the number 23, he gets into the wall a little bit as we are on lap 40, about to take lap 41, so almost a third of the way through this race. And tell me, Emmett, who has impressed you here the most as of lap 41?
I'm going to have to go with, Nate Lesko has been doing great like we saw last race. But Travis Everett, building on the momentum he had from that great finish a couple weeks ago. I can't remember where it was, but it was a couple weeks ago. To put it out here in this last race and having a great run out there.
Yeah, a little bit of contact there. 14 of GT Irizarry, who is our big mover for today. He is up 15 spots. Started the race all the way towards the back in P20, has got his way up to P5 right now. Everybody on the grid has moved a position except for Chad Lancaster and James Johnson. And with that being said, Chad Lancaster moves back one spot. James Johnson in P4, that is where he started. Chad Lancaster there in the 02. You see him on your screen there trying to work the 29 Red Bull car. That is Ryan Mason. And I always appreciate the Red Bull schemes making their way in to the NASCAR world. You know, you see it a lot in Formula One, obviously. You see it a lot in GT3, GT4 racing. And something really memorable that I can remember from growing up was Kimi Räikkönen, 2008 Formula One champion. Yes. He went to NASCAR in that 83, the 13 of Travis Everett getting in the wall there. But Kimi Räikkönen in that Red Bull 83, I forgot whose car it was at the time. But, you know, showing everybody that, hey, it's not, Brian Vickers, that's exactly who it was. And, you know, he had to put it out on notice that NASCAR's not just turning left. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And, you know, as that is big contact in the wall for the 88 of James Johnson. And, you know, you see it here. You see it now. This isn't just turning left. There's a lot of things. There's a multitude of factors that go into having a good race here, no matter if you're on an oval or a road course.
Yeah, definitely. And we think back also, you know, these guys, you know, I don't know how many times I hear that NASCAR is just a redneck sport, but you look at the diversity of NASCAR nowadays, which, let's be honest, NASCAR's in some pretty hot water. It'll be interesting to see what happens out of that. But, you know, it's just, I mean, you get Shane Van Gisbergen coming over, and, I mean, you know, Connor, what's his name? Connor Daly.
Zilish. Oh,
driving some cars too. Yeah, Connor Daly, Connor Zilish also. But, you know, just seeing these guys from different forms of racing all come over to NASCAR, and just Toyota alone, I mean, all these, you know, these foreign drivers they have and everything, and it's really great to see.
Yeah, big contact from that number 77. That is your Quantum Casey Gross car. Big contact. They were in about a 4-car battle there for what I believe is going to be P12, I think is what that front position there is for this 41, or no, sorry, the 41 there. Joshua Nunez not looking too hot. His car looks crumpled up like a piece of paper. You throw away your homework in elementary school. Joshua Nunez not having the best of times so far here at Charlotte, but going back to him, that number 77 car, Casey Gross, he is on fire currently. He is unfortunately down 7 spots. He started the race P5, but did set at the restart in 15th or 16th, somewhere in there. So he is up 4 or 5 spots since we went green again, and he is looking to make some plays.
Definitely looking to make some magic out there. Casey Gross from Sarasota, Florida, doing a great job as he's passing Chris Toppings. I had to get that in there because I did say passing.
And now, battle for the lead here. The lead's been a little quiet as we get through this first third of the race, but now Ronald Braylon, your championship leader, saying what good is a championship if I'm not finishing first on the final night? He is going to try to take Nate Lesko's leading spot, but James Johnson has a little bit to say about that as well, as GT Irizarry, you saw there, just kind of having a watch through his front windshield. And it's going to be really interesting to see if we do stay green for another long run, how these positions are going to stack up, because back there in 9th place, the 13 Mustang of Travis Everett. We know, everybody knows he loves a good long green flag run, so I'm sure he is going to make some places up. Same thing with Michael Peden. He is extremely strong in the long run. So those two guys sitting P9 and P6 respectively, they are going to have... They're going to be chomping at the bits here, wanting to get up as we progress through this race.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, it's been, I mean, last time we saw these boys out on track, it's been 2 weeks. And, you know, we were at Iowa. And to see them out here on the 1.5 mile, different kind of track style, but a lot of great action out here as we see Ronald Braylon trying to get back up through the field. Great run for Braylon. You know, he had a great run. I mean, almost won at Bristol, but Joshua Nunez got him on that pit stop cycle. So, but Braylon looking strong, and unfortunately, that's not good news for Chris Toppings.
Yeah, not good news for Mr. Toppings at all, who is currently 1 lap down, sitting in P17. And I blame us for interviewing him. We threw him off his game. We got him talking about his passion, which was growing the Tobacco Road Sim Racing Next Gen Series and their brand as a whole. So I'm gonna chalk it up to that, and I'm gonna say, Chris Toppings, you get an excuse tonight. It's season finale. When the checkered flag waves, I'm sure all the staff members at Tobacco Road are going to start popping bottles and celebrating. So it's completely okay, Chris. Just bring the car home in one piece, man. That's all we're asking. As the 69 car of Adolfo Castillo there, who is currently in 5th. He's had a good run of things. He is up 6 spots. And it's a 3 out of the top 5 here for Toyota so far in this race. However, the 24 of Michael Peden looking to squeeze his Chevrolet Camaro into the top 5. 1 Mustang, that is GT Irizarry. 1 Camaro in the top 5, that is James Johnson. But going back from there, after 5th place Adolfo, it is Chevrolet and Ford until P22.
Wow.
So a very top-heavy manufacturer standings here in this race. And we'll see which manufacturer can bring it home. Ryan Mason there, once again, in the 29 Red Bull car. Casey Gross looking.
Wow, what a run.
Yeah, what a run on Tyler LaBarge there. And I'm almost surprised as, Tyler LaBarge going to take a little bit of the wall with him. Sir, you cannot park there. Casey Gross is going to make quick work of that. And he is back up into P11. That's real close for comfort there. That is the 23 and the 14 of GT Irizarry. GT did move up into second place. Ronald Braylon, sorry, trying to bring it back. As we'll go picture in picture and take a little bit of a closer look at this battle. 59 laps in. We're about 20 laps old on these tires, so about halfway to a green flag stop, if we are permitted to do so, as long as there are no cautions. And Emmett, tell me, man, when you're locked into Charlotte for 150 laps, and the beginning of the race is so important here. Yeah, Cody Adams in the wall. The beginning of the race, arguably one of the more important times of the race here at Charlotte, because you need to get good grid position because of how the track's formatted. Now, saying that, are you someone who tries to favor your tires for the last bit of the race? Or do you use up your tires in the beginning and maybe try to save one set or maybe stretch a set down, the last 60, 70 laps?
So what I try to do is save that last set for the last stretch of the race. But what I do is end up burning them up.
So the strategy is different from the execution. Okay, I get you.
Yes.
I get you. I know what you're saying. That is me in a lot of things. And I'm sure it's a lot of people in a lot of things. But a lot of people know for sure, if they're tuned into the Racer Nexus Broadcasting YouTube channel, that the 24 of Michael Peden is looking to make a move on the 69 of Adolfo Castillo there. Do not sleep on Michael Peden. I said it earlier, he loves a bit of a long run. There's James Johnson, who unfortunately just doesn't really have any pace right now. This is a three-way battle here for P4.
Yeah, definitely great battle going on as we see Adolfo Castillo trying to get up here at Battle Peden. And is that Johnson? Yeah, Johnson for the fourth position. So Castillo just trying to find a way. He's going to try to follow Peden right here.
Yeah, and Peden taking the long way around on the outside. And he's going to get the move done. So around the outside, Michael Peden, what an overtake there for the number 24 machine.
Wow.
As James Johnson, if he's not careful, there's going to be one, maybe two more positions. That is the 69 of Adolfo Castillo there, who hit the wall pretty hard. We'll get a little front hood view from Ryan Mason. He's going to try to get up really close, nice and tight up here to the 69. But that dirty air making it really hard for him to keep his momentum up. But that is a big run down the back straight, number 29, Adolfo Castillo there. Looking to make way on the 69, jockeying for position around the outside. He's going to get that move done. So the outside over-the-top overtakes here, looking to prove pretty useful here through the first half of this race.
Yeah, definitely. As we see Travis Everett trying to get underneath Gross. Yeah, I had to think there for a minute. I was looking at the timing and scoring, but yeah, just trying to get underneath, but not able to complete the position.
Yeah, Travis Everett looking to make his mark on this race. It's been a quiet night for that number 13 Ford Mustang. Can he get something done? He's going to kind of toe tap the wall before he sets into the first corner here, starting lap number 66. And guess what, Emmett? As soon as Mr. Everett crosses the start-finish line, it is lap 6, 7 in the Tobacco Road Sim Racing Next Gen finale. For anybody at home that didn't think I'd make it a week without a 6-7 reference, you have been proven wrong again. Ryan Mason here, number 29 Red Bull car, currently 6th, and we get the caution on lap, say it with me, Emmett, 6, 7. Yeah, as that is going to be the 41 of Joshua Nunez, who has had a very rough night, and I don't mean to laugh, but it's just getting worse for him here at Charlotte.
Yeah, and the thing about Joshua Nunez, you know, he did pick up a win in the Tobacco Road Series. Actually, the first race I did, I believe, first or second at Bristol.
Ooh.
So
As we're not going to get to see a lot of that, but he is spinning and spinning and spinning, so might be some technical difficulties, might just be some bad luck on the racetrack here tonight. Luckily, I don't believe he collected anybody else. So Josh Nunez in the pits.
Anime girls on there?
That could very well be an yes. I do believe that is an anime.
I have no
girl.
idea.
My interest is peaked. Ladies and gentlemen, Joshua Nunez might be my pick to win here tonight for no other reason. Ness Fujin on his car there with the Side Game sponsorship as well. I see you. Joshua Nunez, I'm not going to lie to you, might be the most cultured man on this grid. I am just saying. Lead cars here, pretty much everyone coming to the pit.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm not. I'll admit that.
As Nate Lesko, Braylon Johnson, pretty much everyone bringing it in. Chris Toppings, however, is going to choose not to, as I'm sure he might be getting a lucky dog lap back or something of the sort. As the timing tower is going to shift in all different kinds of ways, but one thing remains. Nate Lesko in the front. Michael Peden is going to jump out to P2. Ronald Braylon in P3, which is where he was before the caution, but it was GT Irizarry who was in front of him. He has now dropped back into 5th place, as James Johnson will be the car between them.
Yeah, definitely shaking up the lineup with this with these pit stops, but once again, Lesko's team able to get him out in front of Peden and maintain the lead.
Yep, for sure. As Brendan McLaughlin, who actually, my timing tower is telling me he pitted on lap 65, so there is a very good chance that he hit the nail on the head and is able to actually maybe keep this position. I'm not sure. He might be at the front of the line for a different reason, maybe a wave around on the next lap, as we see Travis Everett doing that. And yes, Brendan McLaughlin will indeed do that. So not a utopian situation for Brandon McLaughlin. I thought maybe he pitted and then came out without losing a lap as soon as the yellow flag rolled, but that is not the case, as Brandon McLaughlin is going to have to take that long trip around by himself, as we see Nate Lesko, Michael Peden, James Johnson, Ronald Braylon, and Casey Gross going to be your new top 5 for our next restart.
You know, you're talking about Utopia. I just want to add, saw Zootopia too. Great movie.
Zootopia, yeah. Yeah, I plan on going to see that with my nieces and nephews here soon. I'm a big fan of Zootopia. They do. It's a good movie. I can't lie. The first one's a good movie.
But the second one is even better. I didn't think they could top it.
Well, that is good news to hear. Hopefully, here in the Tobacco Road Sim Racing Next Gen Series, we can see a little bit. Hopefully, the second half of this race can top the first half of this race, and we can go green. However, things out of my control will be changing that. The pit car goes off the track. I'm sure one guy who wants to see this go green. That man in the lead, Nate Lesko. He crosses the Geico restart zone, and we are green. Lap number 70. That is going to be an amazing start from Nate Lesko. Ronald Braylon looking to get tight. Yeah, Ronald Braylon, and we got a car in the grass. I'm not entirely sure who that is. Ronald Braylon, though, went up to try to block that run from the 14 of GT Irizarry. and he is going to sit his happy little butt back on the bottom. But no, he is not. GT Irizarry gets there first. The Summerville, South Carolina driver in that number 14 Ford Mustang. He is going to catch the championship leader and likely winner sleeping on that restart. And now we have GT Irizarry in second place, up 18 positions.
And we got now Tommy D'Angelo off the pace. This don't look good, Mac.
Yeah, Tommy D'Angelo, unfortunately, in the 3 weeks that I have been here, has had a string of just bad luck after bad luck. He strung it together a little bit in Iowa, but he seems to always be battling from behind. Speaking of that, GT Irizarry looking to overtake our leader, Nate Lesko. Nate Lesko going to choose to take the high line. That is not going to bulb him very well, as GT Irizarry, they are side by side trying to side draft. This is a battle. GT Irizarry has the fastest way around there on the bottom, and it is going to prove successful. So as he crosses the line, GT Irizarry is your official race leader.
Yeah, GT Irizarry, great job, able to pull off the move. And now we'll see how we've seen Nate Lesko's car in clean air, but now we get to see it in this dirty air, Mac. And it's going to be interesting to see how the Dunkaroos Toyota Camry is able to come up and challenge GT Irizarry, if I said that right, challenge him again for the race lead.
Yeah, and we are now officially halfway through this race. Lap number 75 of 150. Nate Lesko treading some, I'm not going to say dangerous, but uncomfortable waters here, because for the majority of this race, he was leading. James Johnson, though, there's one thing about him. He is always going to be fighting for a podium spot. James Johnson currently in P5. He's got Ronald Braylon and Mr. Mason to try to overtake here to get himself onto the podium. But these top two guys, GT Irizarry and Nate Lesko, they are out. They are driving like they stole it, as they have accumulated a 1.9 second lead. That is GT to Ryan Mason, first to third. And these drivers, Mason, Braylon, Johnson, and Gross, they are about to go to war.
Yeah, it's the battle to see who gets the interview.
Yeah, who is getting airtime? Well, they're all getting airtime, but who's going to get vocal airtime here tonight?
They all want to talk to us. We must be popular, Mac.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it is, and that is what I'm sticking to. Mr. Braylon, he's got two mad drivers that he has to fend off, doing an excellent job, though, placing his car in the most difficult position to deal with. That is championship elegance from your likely championship winner, Mr. Ronald Braylon.
But here's the thing, I wonder if he's being a little too aggressive, Mac. I mean, one wrong move and it could end his race, and what happens then? So
Travis Everett, we talked about it earlier. That number 13 Ford Mustang, he is making moves. You're likely to see him make his moves on the back half of a long green flag run, but here we are in the short stint. Travis Everett looking to use up some of his tires. Him and James Johnson, I believe, are who had that 10 or 15 lap battle at Iowa. So interesting to see these two lock horns again.
Yeah, definitely.
But Everett's got to get past Braylon first, and as soon as I say that, he in fact does it. So Travis Everett now looking ahead to James Johnson, riding on board the back of the 88 of James Johnson there. You see all three of those cars trying their best to get around Travis Everett, looking to the inside. He's going to have a little bit of a peep. He does not like what he sees. We'll see on this next corner, entering 3 and 4. He is going to tuck it down inside. James Johnson sticking to that high side, and he is just basically going to secede the position. Travis Everett on an absolute heater right now around the bottom. That's Ryan Mason that we saw for just a little bit of a second. He has got Nate Lesko all over him, and that is Nate Lesko dropping another position.
Yeah, as you take a look right here, Ryan Mason getting under Lesko right here.
It's just basically the same exact thing we saw with James Johnson. Yeah, the same exact thing we saw with James Johnson.
Oh my gosh.
That is Nate Lesko opting to go to the top side, not working out for him, unfortunately. So that Dunkaroos car now treading very, very uncomfortable waters because he has got a hungry Travis Everett who's looking to make his 2-position drop turn into 3.
Yeah, definitely. And he's keeping an eye on, as we see, Ryan Mason. I'm sorry. Yeah, Ryan Mason is just pulled away from Lesko, and he's trying to catch up to Azeri, but I don't know if he's going to have anything for Azeri. He's going to need a caution or try to get him in the pits, it looks like, Mac.
Yeah, it looks like GT and Ryan both opting to use their stuff very, very soon in the opening, you know, X amount of laps of this run, because they know cautions do indeed breed cautions, especially at a chaotic track like Charlotte. So who's to say we won't get another caution here in about 5 or 6, maybe 10 laps? And so if you use all of your tires as quickly as you can, you've got to bank on those yellows, because if they do not come out, we are going to see GT and Ryan in a heck of a bad spot here. Speaking of bad spots, the 69, that is Adolfo Castillo there, looking to battle Tyler LaBarge. And Tyler just, unfortunately, logic says to take the inside, quickest way around the track, but the top side has been extremely advantageous for these drivers here tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely been tough. As we see right here, Justin Kaus trying to find a way to get up here. Actually, he's a lap car, so this is not for position. But Ronald Braylon just about, I think he did kiss the wall. And, you know, Mac, if I'm Ronald Braylon, I'm running like maybe 2 or 3 laps behind the field. I don't want to I got styrofoam around the car, you know, get the safety stuff around the car, because I do not want to wreck that car and lose that championship.
Yeah, bubble wrap around all the quarter panels, trying to keep it as pristine as possible. I would say that I kind of agree with you, but I mean, hey, it's his championship, it's his world, we're just living in it. And someone who is not happy to be living in a Ronald Braylon world and would rather be living in a Nate Lesko world is indeed Nate Lesko here, who is behind Travis Everett. That position has been conceded, so Nate Lesko dropping 3 positions now. Is this something that he has orchestrated, as I know that wall tap wasn't orchestrated? But Nate Lesko, is he saying to himself, let all these guys use up their stuff, I'll get them on the latter half of the stint? What do you think, Emmett?
That's what I'm thinking, because I thought he was coming in that last lap. I mean, when he let it roll through the center of the corner, he was rolling pretty slow, and I was like, okay, he's probably going to come in. But then he, you know, got back on the gas and was real quick out of the corner. So I was like, I see what he's doing. He's saving his tires. So smart move from Mr. Dunkaroo himself.
Our first green flag pit stop was on lap 41. I want to notify everyone right now, they are currently on their 21st lap of this stint. So they are ideally halfway through their stint if we stay green. Now, because of that, that will put us at around lap 110, which means if they pit on that lap and we stay green, this is all under green flag conditions, of course. Yellow will just ruin everything I'm about to say. But if they do pit on that lap 110 mark, that will get them exactly 40 laps to get to the finish. So with that being said, if we do indeed stay green, we're 100% going to see some sort of fuel saving coming out from some of these guys, because that is just too perfect of a number for it to not have any sort of consequences.
Yeah, definitely. But we're going to keep an eye on that, because, you know, we're hoping no broadcaster curse comes into play. But here's your points right now. Your points, second place in points, Mr. Chris Toppings.
Yeah, in that number 12 car, and everybody, it seems like everybody is just beating the walls down coming out of turn 2 and turn 4. You take a look there at the championship standings before we took the green flag here tonight. Just to remind you, Mr. Brayland in that number 23, going to be your leader with 270 points. Chris Toppings is going to be second place with 249. He, unfortunately, sorry, had to burp there, is in P12 here tonight. So the 12 car in P12, Michael Peden, has the opportunity to pass him because that number 24 car is right behind them. So almost a situation where I believe whoever finishes better between Chris Toppings and Michael Peden will probably take home second place in the championship here tonight.
That's exactly right. And this is a good battle we got as they're coming up on the lap machine of Joshua Nunez.
Yep, Chris Toppings there, looking to make a move on Joshua Nunez, like you said.
Is that an oil company on the front of that car?
I'm not sure, but Chris Toppings gonna wash up in turn 1 again. That is going to be the
Imtex.
or
Okay.
time. Yeah, that is some Landman. I haven't seen Mr. Billy Bob Thornton's show Landman yet. I've heard it's very good.
Yes, definitely very good.
that was a very passionate all yeah from you. Do you is that one of your favorite shows right now currently on TV, Emmett?
Well, the cool thing is, where I'm at is all oil country. Where my wife grew up, it's oil country, and they actually shot about an hour and a half away from here.
Green flag pit stops.
Little town called Jacksboro. You're good. Little town called Jacksboro, Texas. So yeah, it's really neat. But yeah, it's one of my favorites. I mean, it's a Taylor Sheridan show, so I mean, why wouldn't it be one of my favorites?
And I am going to act like I know who Taylor Sheridan is, as I also have to act like GT Irizarry isn't running away from the entire field right now. But truth be told, he is not opting to pit in yet. We've seen 3 drivers make that 4 now, with Cody Adams coming in.
Car going around.
There is a car going around, and we are yellow, lap 96. That is Chris Perry, the number 34 Corvette. He has got to sit still and hope none of his compadres run into him, as he has got to get that car backed up and turned around here.
Did you say Corvette?
I think I did say Corvette. I meant Camaro. Hey. I'm so sorry. Hey,
it's okay.
Saturday night. I have an excuse. Saturday night. Syndicate GT3 Series here on the Racer Nexus Broadcasting YouTube channel. They are Chevrolet Corvettes in the GT3 class, and that is just, boom! Just unfortunate step out of the rear end. Must have just hammered the throttle there, as that is a kind of typically a weird spot for that to happen. Typically see it coming around the corner. Nate Lesko might have had a good view for it. Just a little late to the punch, but that is going to be a Code Brown moment.
I was going to say, it looks like Ryan Mason had a great view of it. I believe if that's who that was. Yeah, Ryan Mason. Oh, yeah, looky here. Coming into your living room, folks.
Yeah, that is an unexpected car going from left to right. Hey, you're supposed to be turning left, buddy, not right. But here at Charlotte, night has fallen, and so has chaos, as we are on lap 97. I believe this is our 3rd caution of the night. You can track the pit stops there at the bottom of your screen. Irizarry coming in, Mason coming in as well. 20 of Nate Lesko, 88 James Johnson. As we're going to see a whole bunch of cycling here, as Tyler LaBarge, who is not a lap down, has elected to stay out in that number 16. He might bring it in here a lap later. I'm not sure. Pit might be closed, but as of right now, he is the only one for a long way back, not on fresh tires.
So, like I was saying, Mac, Taylor Sheridan is the creator for Yellowstone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that show either, but but I do know it. I know that show. I know that show.
Well, y'all are famous for 1,000-Pound Sisters in Kentucky.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. We're also extremely famous for about 20% of our population being in jail for fentanyl, but luckily that is not me. That is not the people I surround myself with. I would rather tuck myself into my house and watch virtual sim racing.
And watch the Wildcats, too.
Yeah. No, I hate the Kentucky Wildcats. UNC Tar Heels all the way. Come on, baby.
Oh, wow.
Heels up.
So you fit right in with this tobacco road. You know, that's what
I do feel kind of at home here.
I was about to say, that was kind of my thing. I was wondering, how many, is it like half of them Duke and half of them UNC, or, it's a good question.
Not entirely sure how it shakes out as Chris Perry there in that 34. He is just going to park it right on the red landscape design there for Toyota. There at the Charlotte front stretch. And, funny thing, when we talk about, being from Kentucky, Charlotte is actually the only place that my local airport will fly out to. It is an airport. They carry 2 planes at this airport. That's all. And they go to Charlotte and back. That's all they do. Charlotte and back. So if I wanted to fly out of my local town and not drive all the way to Nashville, then I would only be going to Charlotte, which has actually sparked some interest in going to a Charlotte Speedway race. Because I think that would personally be cool. That and the Hall of Fame. Tyler LaBarge here, ready to get us started again. Reminder for the people watching at home, he is on old tires, and that is a green flag. He's going to stack them all up, which typically breeds a little bit of chaos here on the iRacing service, but everybody seems to be tucked out and gotten away safely.
Oh my gosh, look at these right here, guys. Here comes James Johnson. Think about splitting them.
Yeah, that is 4 deep down the outside line. James Johnson, he's going to have to be the one to try to pass Mr. LaBarge here, who is on old tires. LaBarge going to the top side, and we're going to hopefully get sorted out here. That's Nate Lesko and Chad Lancaster, who just passed him. We are yellow again, lap 101, but I believe we did get around the start-finish line. So, unfortunately, that is Chris Perry again around 68 of Cody Adams. Wow. Not entirely sure what happened there. We'll have to go back and take a look here. Racer Nexus replay.
Tommy D'Angelo.
Oh, and collecting. Yeah, that is Tommy D'Angelo, Chris Perry, and who I have already somehow forgotten. 3 cars involved.
Tommy D'Angelo.
Ooh, Tommy D'Angelo, Chris Perry, and Cody Adams in that 68. Yes. Oof. I couldn't remember who it was that got way down here. That is Cody Adams. Unfortunate scenes for those 3 drivers.
Do you think he's wishing that Whiskey River would take his mind? And not remember this
More
race?
than likely, as that is a hard crash. The virtual spectators unfazed at the almost death and peril that came at their doorstep.
Death and peril?
The iron lungs. I mean, you've seen Final Destination, I'm sure.
Actually, you know what?
The tire can come off the race car. It can fly out. It can do a lot of damage.
This ain't Fast and the Furious.
Shout out to the safety crews of NASCAR. They keep every track very, very safe. So big shout out to them. And we're in the virtual world of iRacing, so we do not have to worry about any of that. Your race recap. Your leader is currently GT Irizarry. We've had 4 cautions for 12 laps total. Now 13 heading across the stripe. 6 lead changes here. You wouldn't think so because these lead changes have been very spread out. It seems like whoever's leading the race at the time is pretty much dominant, and the same can be said for Mr. Irizarry.
Yeah, definitely. Man, this has been a crazy race, but I just wanted to also add, it looked like the crowd had all went to Whiskey River. They didn't look very animated in there. They looked like they were about to throw up. Look at them, see?
Yeah, they are very, very still. They're stone cold almost. Like they're not being delivered a fantastic show here in the Tobacco Road Sim Racing Series.
Well, we're in December, and they're wearing tank tops and bathing suits. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, and some of the hairline on these gentlemen should be absolutely shamed.
Look at her weave.
Yeah. We need to get some legit hairstyles in here, iRacing. Come on, man. Not everybody rocks a flat top or a buzz cut or a weave.
You would think with NASCAR everybody would have a mullet.
Yeah, for real. Hey, you go to Paducah International Raceway here. That is my local dirt track. You'll get all the mullets you can get, and you'll probably get all the Copenhagen wintergreen smell you can get as well. As here we go, set lap 103, going to be 104 when we cross the stripe here. Lights do go out on the pace car. We will be green next time by.
Oh, no!
We will be green next time by as Ronald Braylon there in the 23 championship leader. 02 Chad Lancaster, both having very, very good runs, along with Nate Lesko, actually, in that last little mini stint. So will they be able to jump them?
I was going to say, I actually watched a YouTube video. As we see, Chris Topping's up there, too. I watched a YouTube video, and these people did not know what NASCAR was, but they somehow got into the abandoned Kentucky Speedway in Sparta.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Kentucky Speedway. Great track.
Yeah, they were freaking out because they found a car in there, and I was like, bro, it's a show car. Oh, man.
Fun fact, you'll find race cars at a race track. More at 10.
They were like, it was Ricky Stenhouse's beef car. And they were like, oh, man, what is this car? This is probably one that they raced, man. It is so dumb.
Yeah, but hey, those new faces as iRacing official pace car is going to be out. GT Irizarry will have the button. We are green. That is the 14 of GT Irizarry, 12 of Chris Toppings on your screen. He is currently in P8, looking to make a name for himself here in this race. Unfortunately, though, almost caught falling asleep on the start. As that is going to be very close, not contact, but very close between the 0-2 and the 2-0. As GT Irizarry, he invites all of this battling happening behind him because he wants to stretch this lead out as fast as he can.
Yeah, and look at this. Ronald Braylon shoots into the number 2 spot. But I was going to mention, even though this is the Tobacco Road Series, I'm looking at Quack Pack Racing, and I see Wolfpack and Tar Heel. I don't see Blue Devil and Tar Heel.
Yeah, you do not, because any Blue Devil fan, as we are yellow again, lap 106, any Blue Devil fan wouldn't be caught in the same presence as a Tar Heel fan. That is the 16 of Tyler LaBarge. He led 3 laps. He is currently leading nothing as he spins out. I believe there was a spin. I don't know if there was contact. We'll have to go back and take a look. Racer Nexus replay. You see him towards the front of that backpack, and that is going to be a lot of contact. And that is the 70, or no, it's not. That is the 26. I thought it might have been the 77.
Oh
that
my
is
gosh!
26 of James LaBarge. That is LaBarge on LaBarge violence. You don't like seeing that. I'm sure there's conflict in the living room there, maybe, or maybe some text messages going out in the family group chat.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's some Cain and Abel stuff, but at least it wasn't like Cain and Abel right there.
Yeah, that is true. As it just looks like the 26 of James Labarge just almost driving out like he was scared of the outside wall, and unfortunately just moved into real estate that the 16 already had, as you see on the front of Casey Gross here. As the 81 of Brendan McLaughlin, almost acting like Saquon with his lead blockers out in front, he's just riding behind them.
The tush push.
The tush push, indeed.
Oh, man.
As we have some drivers, more than likely the ones involved in that accident. Actually, you see Travis Everett coming down, as that is going to be his 4th pit stop. Everyone else is on 3, apart from Brandon McLaughlin, who is on 5 pit stops, and he is 2 laps down. So Brandon McLaughlin, not a very good day at the track for him. Chris Topping is trying to turn everything around. He is currently sitting in P13. Travis Everett going to be 1 spot.
Well, I was about to say, it looks like Travis Everett, either he probably got a splash to go, but he probably got a refill on the cup of Black Rifle coffee too to keep him awake with all this action going on.
Dark Roast. Yeah, the Tactisquatch Dark Roast. That's the best.
Yes,
I mean, that's what I'm drinking literally right now. I've got a cup of it on the right side of my desk here. Tactisquatch Black Rifle coffee blend. Shout out to Black Rifle. Good cause, good coffee.
Yes, and unfortunately, I don't have that. I'm drinking the Michael Jordan secret stuff from Space Jam.
Okay. Now that is a pull. We've been getting pulls from me, but now Emmett tosses his reference into the hat. A little bit of Space Jam action.
Shows my age.
It's crazy. It's funny when you look at it. The first Space Jam has the 2nd best player of all time, and the 2nd Space Jam has the 1st best player of all time. So that's, really a conundrum there, because obviously LeBron James is 10 times the ball player Michael Jordan ever was, but that...
Whoa.
We just had to mute Mac for that terrible take. Just so everybody knows, Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. Back to your
and baseball.
Michael Jordan, yeah. I'm not going to get into it. I love basketball. I love both players, both insanely great players.
Whoa.
As GT Irizarry, number 14, I'm trying to make a basketball connection. I can't think of it. Actually, I can. Brandon Ingram on the Pelicans wore number 14. Shout out to him. He's got the 23, which is both Jordan and LeBron. Yes, he is in Toronto. My favorite team, the Raptors, the notorious BI3, Brandon Ingram.
Oh, gosh. I feel sorry to be you.
Whoa. Come on. The Raptors are good this year, man. Watch the tapes. Oh, as our producer, Rob Campbell, stating that he loves 40 minutes from Toronto. So big shout out to him there. Love me some Toronto Raptors.
I'm an OG fan from 2008 of the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh, when they were the Seattle Supersonics. You're like back then type B.
No. When they first came to Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. First came to Oklahoma and first to leave the starting pack here is GT Irizarry. As we've got a little bit of complications there in the back of the grid. We got James Johnson here, who is getting hounded from 3 sides. He's got Lancaster, he's got Aldolfo, and he's got Mr. 23 Championship, Ronald Braylon. And Ronald Braylon, he was up front, Emmett, and then he came back down the grid, and now he is back up. So who's to say where he is going to finish here tonight? It's been electric for him.
Yeah, and when you were discussing the field, Ronald Braylon just just took a big chunk out of the wall with that 23 machine.
Yeah, something we've been seeing all night from these drivers, and it doesn't really seem to be affecting their pace. So maybe hitting the wall a lot, softer than it looks like they are from up here in the booth. It is a little bit hard to see in this press box, but what's not hard to see is this move that Michael Peden is going to try to accomplish on the 0-2 of Chad Lancaster.
Yeah, WWR. Hold on. WWRD. What would Ross do? But anyways, I think that also plays into the fact that we have the carbon body, with these cars. And they do take a lot of damage, as we see Scott Matthews wall riding just for a second. We think back to the Gen 6 days, Mac. We think back, if you were to run side by side for too long and bump fenders with the guy, a couple laps later, your tire would be down and they'd cut your tire down. So the good thing about these cars, what I like, is we don't see that as much as we used to back in the Gen 6 days. And these cars right here, they can take a hit for sure.
Yeah, very, very durable in that sequential 5-gear race car. As the number 14 of GT Irizarry, we've been saying his name a lot here tonight because he deserves it. 0.2 of a second lead almost over Nate Lesko, but Mr. Lesko gonna try to make something happen here. He's a little bit far back. He has been extremely strong out of 4 here. Emmett going through the front straight, so we'll see if he can catch him now. This is Nate Lesko, the Dunkaroo, number 20. But man, I tell you, GT, he has just got some pace on that number 14 tonight.
Yeah, GT, man. I mean, what a way to... has he been in the series before? Is this his first race?
This is the first I'm seeing of him. And we are getting murmurs from the production backstage that it is his first race here. So making an impact here in the finale. And if you're Mr. Brayland, are you thinking, whew, I'm glad this guy wasn't in all season.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, we think back to Bristol, where Ronald Brayland, like I said, was dominating. And Joshua Nunez, who was in his first race, actually got the better of him when he finally got up to the field. Didn't qualified 5th in 1 lap, did not practice, and won the race in his first race with Tobacco Road.
Oh, wow. So history repeating itself. This is Justin Kaus on your screen in the 459.
Oh!
Same exact spot as earlier. It is where the water has kind of put a rut would be the dirt name. Sorry, I'm a dirt worker. That's all I can associate with. But putting, the little bit of resistance in that asphalt, not making it completely whole, and putting a tire over it and hitting the throttle. It's the exact same spot as earlier. So yeah, twice that has happened here tonight.
Mac, you need to get down there with your scraper.
yeah, exactly, yeah. You get down there with the roller, maybe pack it in, get a compaction tested. Yeah, I know all about that.
Hey, that crap.
Michael Peden. Yeah, hey. That stuff's real.
I was working staging, and got hit by a freaking piece of dirt clod that was about the size of a basketball. Yeah, that was not pretty.
Oh, big contact in the wall ahead of what we're focused on here, but the 02 of Chad Lancaster going for an around the bottom overtake on Michael Peden. Michael Peden has been extremely strong on that top side. He's going to rub into the wall. That is the 02 of Chad Lancaster now looking to make his way, and his pace fell off a cliff on that back straight. I'm not entirely sure what happened. I don't know if he checked up to give Michael Peden a little bit more room, but he had the overtake pretty much done and dusted, and something happened. He backed out of it. He will have to try again. 30 laps to go, Emmett. Who is on your radar here to make a big jump?
Probably GT Azari. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, he's already made the big jump.
Brayland.
Yeah, he is up 19 spots, so starting P20 in the lead here. But yeah, like you said, Ronald Brayland, he's up 5 spots in the race. He started 9th. He is currently sitting in 4th. And, championship winner more than likely. But he, like I said earlier, wants to bring home that trophy with a win as well.
Yeah, and like I said, I can't believe, it's his race, I know, but man, this dude is being aggressive for somebody who's already clinched or potentially gonna clinch.
Yeah, I agree. And you've preached it. You've preached it that he needs to be safe, and I agree. But with the pace that he's running at now, heck, you might as well just get on with it.
Yeah, keep a 2-second, 2 car lengths advantage in front of you. Isn't that what it is? When you're driving two car lengths so you can have enough reaction time?
Yeah, yep, exactly. And that also is going to break up the toe just a little bit here on these ovals. The draft is not going to be as strong as you would find in, a high aerodynamic car like on a road course, like a GT or a Super Formula, so to say. As Travis Everett here in the 13, looking to make a move on the 02 of Chad Lancaster. Lancaster was fighting Michael Peden. He has fell back from that and now is looking to give up, but will maybe give up another spot. That is the James Johnson, number 88 Budweiser machine. He comes into pits. So here we got about 26 laps left. We're going to start seeing a little bit of movement here. I think these top guys are currently sitting on about 27 lap old tires. So things are going to start to get jumping here in a minute. I think, Emmett, we might be in the range of people fuel saving and driving it out to the finish.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, there's 25 laps, 26 laps to go. You're pretty much made your bed and you got to lay in it now. But I mean, now if you get a caution, yes, you can come in. But if this runs green the whole way, yeah, pretty much made your bed, so you got to lay in it for sure.
Yeah, and for these top guys, just to get a little bit of a comparison here, they pitted on lap 97. So like I said a few laps ago, that puts their laps on about 27 laps old. They will have to make this run last 53 laps on these tires if they want to make it to the end. Now Travis Everett here, who pitted on lap 107, who, like we pointed out earlier, as he gets a little bit jumpy there, gonna take a little bit of the apron. He is on 10 lap pressure fuel. He did not change tires. It was a splash and dash from him, so he is good to go to the end, no doubt. But will these other cars around him be able to make it to the end?
Yeah, that is a good question, Mac, and we see it right here. We were wondering, a lot of people were wondering, and I know there's people probably in the comments saying, why did Travis Everett come down pit road? Because he was topping off, and yeah, just like you said, I mean, how close are these guys on fuel? That is the question. I know these guys that got the calculators out. I even saw some of them had Albert Einstein over there.
Nate Lesko is in.
It out.
Wow. Yeah, Nate Lesko is in. So big front runner here. Maybe not having the strategy right. Maybe he's big braining us all and is on the winning strategy. But for right now, GT Irizarry, Ronald Braylon, Chad Lancaster, Michael Peden, all in your top 5. They're on the same cycle. Travis Everett, like we just said, 10 laps later on that splash and dash. So it's interesting to see. I'm not sure if these guys can squeeze 53 laps out of a fuel cell. I'm not entirely sure what kind of fuel load we're running with here. But all we have to go off is, they started coming down pit road lap 41 when this race kicked off at the top of the broadcast. So that's the numbers we have to go on, and if they can make it 53, then GT Irizarry might just be walking out of here with a dub on the final night of the season.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. They could be. And we see right here is Travis Everett trying to take the position away from Ronald Braylon, as we see. Who is that in front of him? Casey Ghost, I believe, but where's that LaBarge in front of him? That might be not for position, though.
Yeah, Gary Braylon is in second position fighting with Travis Everett. So this car, James LaBarge, is going to be a lap car for these two cars on your screen right now. The goal is the red and white number 14 at the front. That is who they are racing for position. The 26 is going to get out of the way. And there is your current leader, GT Irizarry. He has led 54 laps in this contest. So with 20 laps to go, he has already led over a third of this race. And, I mean, he has just been on fire tonight. I mean, it's just almost a perfect race. Your championship leader, Ronald Braylon, into the pits.
Wow. So they, like I said, Mac, they must be close.
Yeah, it's got to be really close for these guys. You see some guys just randomly coming in. We'll see what Mr. Braylon does. Is he going to hike the car up? That is going to be a no, I'm pretty sure, as... Oh, he is getting right side tires.
Wow.
I'm not sure, and he's going to be getting left sides as well. So a full 4 tires, and I assume some fuel here for Mr. Braylon. Chris Toppings coming into the pit lane as well. He currently sits P8, but I'm sure that is going to change once some of these cars maybe get a little bit around him. Michael Peden there, and 77 of Casey Gross having a little bit of a battle, but Michael Peden is going to succeed that and head into pit road. 17 laps to go. We're going to see here very, very shortly what strategy comes out on top.
Yeah, definitely. And this is interesting right here. We didn't think about this, Mac. We were talking about, you know, our keys to the race and everything, and now we see it playing out tonight.
Yeah, as the lights have said, we are in pretty much full nighttime here at Charlotte, and you can see it times at the start of the race. We're around 29.7 now. Fastest lap going to James Johnson with a 29.43. So a little bit faster as we go through the night. GT Irizarry, I mean, you can't stress it enough. What a night for him. Up 19 spots. Adolfo Castillo as well, currently in P3. He sits 8 positions ahead of where he started. As you see it at the bottom of your screen there, that number 69 driver started in 11th. He has currently brought it up to 3rd. And as for Travis Everett, normal Travis Everett things here. He is sitting in P2, doing very well under this long run, like we, you know, always say it. We always preach it here. He is a very good driver in the long stints. And there is your leader, GT Irizarry. He has built up quite an impressive lead, but he is going to bring it in. He did not have enough. He brings it in. And now we'll have to see how this all shakes out, because Casey Gross, Travis Everett, and Tyler LaBarge are all on, or sorry, I take that back. Travis Everett and Tyler LaBarge pitted on lap 107, Casey Gross 102. So they are now getting into the longer stint here. We'll see if they have to bring it in. But Travis Everett, you have to assume, pitting on lap 107 on that splash and dash, he has got it figured out, and he very well might win this helmet cam, brought to you by Racer Nexus. Emmett, what's your opinion, man? Do you think Mr. Everett's got the strategy here?
I'm not saying anything. I've been in this situation multiple times, up in the booth, and it hasn't panned out. So
that's why I asked you to say it, and I didn't just say it, because I want it to be on you if it happens.
I'll say things are looking good. You know, great call from Everett if he is able to pull it off. Great call. But the thing that I was about to say back when GT was leading, maybe we'll get to find out what GT stands for. No.
Yeah, maybe Grand Touring, just maybe, as Casey. And Casey Gross and Tyler LaBarge bringing it in to the pits. Mr. Tyler LaBarge had a heck of a night. He has been spun around. He's been in the front. He's been in the back. He has pretty much got to experience the entire love and hate relationship of racing. Mr. GT Irizarry here, currently in 2nd place. He is going to be a lap behind Travis Everett, but GT Irizarry working on a whole lot new fuel load and tires.
Yeah, definitely, and GT's doing a great job, but I mean, look at this. Travis Everett has lapped the whole entire field, and I think he's coming in. Yep.
Yeah, that is going to be Travis Everett and GT Irizarry. I was going to make it known that that battle wasn't for position, but with Travis Everett coming into the pit, GT Irizarry going to try to bring that number 14 all the way around as fast as he can and get it past Travis Everett here for the race lead. But do not sleep, because right behind GT Irizarry, making his way up, Mr. Nate Lesko. He is hunting them down.
Yeah, now 9 laps to go. You know, we see the pass for the lead right there on pit road. But look at Lesko, man. I mean, it's down to a 1.4 second lead. So he's starting to cut into it as you see the lap times compared to the leaders. I mean, he's way quicker that last lap. So 9 laps, he's got time. It's just a matter of can he do it, and will Kaus hold up GT right here.
Yeah, and prominent podium sitter James Johnson also bringing it up in 3rd place currently. He has got a little bit of a battle going on with the 69 of Adolfo Castillo, who we haven't really seen. We've seen him in the front a little bit, but we haven't seen him finish in the front, at least in the 3 weeks that I have been here in the Tobacco Road Sim Racing Next Gen Series. It's going to be one heck of a fight. The 26 up top there, he has nothing to do with this battle, so that is going to be 69 and 88 battling for P3 here. GT Irizarry with a 1.2 second lead over Nate Lesko. So
it's down.
That is...
Look at the lead.
Down.
Look at
It
the
is
lead.
Down.
It is decreasing by quite a bit.
Yeah, very,
still faster.
Very much so. Yeah, so that is going to be Nate Lesko on those 9-lap pressure tires. So we'll get to see, or sorry, 9-lap older tires, I should say. GT Irizarry is on the fresher set, but can he get the heat built up into those tires? Nate Lesko is already on his, you can call it the prime tread, if you will. Nate Lesko has already got his car tuned up, ready to drop the quickest laps of the night. I'm sure GT Irizarry gonna need everything in his tank. His tires are probably getting up to optimal temperatures right now. 5 laps to go. And we have a caution.
Gosh.
A caution flag is out.
James
we
Johnson.
are yellow. Yeah, James Johnson in our turn 1 scenic camera position here. His car is just torched. He's bringing it back to the pits.
Oh my gosh. Well,
James Johnson, who we thought had this podium pretty much locked up.
oh my gosh.
As we'll have to get a look at that again, but that is going to be contact between the 2 drivers. Whoa, just a little bit squirmy, overcorrect, and that is going to be... Oh no, James Johnson and Mr. Castillo's night more than likely done. Oh no, not what you want to see if you're the 88 driver or in that 88 camp. That is not the ideal ending to this race whatsoever. And it looks like there might have been something that brewed coming out of turn 4, because they both were a little bit squirmy. That is a hard hit.
Well, here's the thing. If you look, Johnson was actually on the chicane. I mean, on the,
on the landscaping there.
Yeah, the landscaping, yeah. What happened?
We get a better look at it here, because I believe it'll be the next time they go around. So turn number 1, everything looks fine. They come out turn 2. Adolfo Castillo has an incredible run. It does kind of get squandered, to be fair. I don't know how that run sort of died on the back straight there. Coming around turn 3, getting ready to exit turn 4. A little bit of contact, I think. And then
Well,
coming
never
around.
mind. It's the next lap.
Well, we'll go one more time around here as they keep on battling through turn 1, out turn 2. James Johnson, Adolfo Castillo there. You see the 26 dropping back big time there. And Adolfo Castillo here, we're going through turn 3, coming out turn 4. Yeah, just a little bit loose. You can see it on the car.
In the wall.
Yeah. And James Johnson just unfortunately got caught in a little bit of a neutral slide, and I don't think he really knew what was happening. The car, it felt loose in the back but tight up front, and he just kind of panicked, and one thing turned into another, and now him and Adolfo are out of this race.
Yeah. Man.
Sad stuff there. James Johnson having one heck of a night, which is to be expected. But Adolfo Castillo there, you see him in the pits. Someone who is not typically up here in the front. That is a potential, career-changing finish happening.
Looks like we're going to have a green-white checker tonight, Mac.
Yeah, a little bit of green-white checker here, which is a very cinematic way to finish your championship, although the champion Peden and Toppings battling for second overall. We talked about it at the top of the broadcast. I just got notified how close they are to each other in the situation here. You see the 24 blue and black car, Michael Peden there. The 12 car of Chris Toppings, and this is going to be one heck of a finish. And, Ronald Braylon, who is in 6th place right now in that 23, almost didn't see him for a second, but there he is. Lights are out on the pace car. I'm sure we'll be taking a very, very big look. Yep, as we go picture in picture, we'll focus on the leader on your big screen and this battle for P2 in the championship standings. Keep an eye on that 24 and 12. Here we go with hopefully the last restart of the season. GT Irizarry, one heck of a night. He got the strategy right. Let's see if he can take flight. We are green here as we get a big contact.
We're still green.
Let's go. We're still green for now.
Ronald Braylon.
Two laps to go. That is Ronald Braylon. We are yellow now. We're going to get a restart. It looks like maybe overtime here tonight, as that was a generational mistake from Nate Lesko in that 20 car, who just spun his tires off the start.
Well, it's like you were saying, he's got 9-lap older tires than the rest of the field. Right here. Oh, no, he got turned.
Oh, did he get... I thought maybe he just spun, but yeah.
He might have spun.
Contact there.
I mean, he might have lifted.
Yep. That is the 13 of Travis Everett behind him. This will be the angle that shows all. We'll see how it pans out.
Oh, no.
No, that is a self-spin.
Wow.
Yeah, that is a self-spin. And GT Irizarry got to be chomping at the bits now.
Yeah. I could... For these guys that spun out, you got to feel for them, because I can't believe that caution came so late.
Yeah, the caution did come late, as we have Chris Toppings now, who is sitting in P3. We'll have to see, I'm sure, the changes. I don't even know if there are going to be changes, since didn't even make it a corner in, but we will see. I'm sure everybody's going to get lined up here very shortly. We've got people coming into pit road. Michael Peden, Ronald Braylon as well. So
damage.
Yeah, Michael Peden, Travis Everett coming in as well. Joshua Nunez.
Looks
with
like
the
Lesko
NS Fujin car
has retired.
Sorry, who was that you said retired?
Nate Lesko.
Nate Lesko. Is that so? Nate Lesko, if so, that is very unfortunate. But yeah, GT Irizarry going to be the leader, the only car not touched, it seemed like, during that whole fiasco at the start. Pace lights are on. We'll go at least one more time around here, probably two, because we've only got 6 cars caught up to the pace car here. So what started out as a 23-car grid down to the final few. As you see, Michael Peden, a lot of damage there, but more importantly, the 12 of Chris Topping seem to have gotten away unscathed.
Yeah, and, you know, Ronald Breland got damaged too as well.
Yeah, Ronald Breland,
man.
that championship car, that is just, oh man, that is so heartbreaking if you're Nate Lesko running such a good race all night. And then a silly little mistake like spinning your tires on the start is going to be his ultimate downfall here tonight at Charlotte.
Yeah, and that's probably, he probably disconnected after that. And you feel for him, but he'll get it all, you know, he'll get his emotions under him, and he'll be back for the next year.
Yeah, he'll be back next season stronger than ever. I have no doubt about that. Lights are out on the iRacing official pace car. We will try again. I'm not entirely sure how many overtimes we're going to try to attempt here. Hopefully this is the last one. But as we see, as I'm getting murmurs again from the production, it seems to only be one. So very, very good. Shout out to Rob Campbell, as always, for the production. Big
Next
ups.
flag. I was going to say
Yep,
next flag ends the race.
Next flag does indeed end the race. GT Irizarry, first night here. He seemed to have gotten the strategy right. He's led about 70 laps. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it is about 70. Chris Toppings will be more than likely your P2 in the championship standings. All he had to do was outplace Michael Peden. Michael Peden all the way back in P10. But who's to say it's Charlotte? Ladies and gentlemen, your last restart of the Tobacco Road Sim Racing Next Gen season. We are green. Scott Matthews up into P3. That almost went unknown. Shout out to Emmett for pointing that out because I didn't see it. 2 laps to go. GT Irizarry going to be out to a very big lead. Scott Matthews getting ran down by the whole pack. They are 3 wide here going down the back straight. Chris Toppings is going to be the lead of this herd. Travis Everett, that's Scott Matthews in the wall. Lancaster Nunez behind him. White flag in the air. We are official. GT Irizarry more than likely going to walk away your race leader here. But in a season full of turmoils, 10 weeks went by. 10 races carried on start to finish. There is one man who stayed consistent through it all, and there will be one man raising your trophy at the end. GT Irizarry wins the race, but Ronald Breland is your championship winner here at Charlotte.
The Tobacco Road Cup Series.
Tobacco Road Cup Series champion, Mr. Ronald Breland, the Canadian driver, part of Quack Pack Racing. Travis Everett comes home second. Chris Toppings comes home third. And that will be P2 in the championship standings for him. As GT Irizarry going to burn it down. Casey Gross rounds out your top 5. Joshua Nunez in 6th after all of that battling, after all of those collections he was a part of. He comes home P6. Shout out to Josh Nunez.
Yeah, shout out to Nunez. You know, he was having a tough night, but able to get the P6 finish, so congrats to him.
And your big hitters, Brandon McLaughlin, James Johnson, Adolfo Castillo, all of them not finishing the race. So big, big turmoils for them here at Charlotte. But there is your championship leader, winner, whatever you want to call it. I said at the top of the broadcast, you could call him Mr. Consistent. You can now call him Mr. Champion. And what a race, Emmett. That was electric. The cautions for once, I think the cautions made the race extremely interesting there with the strategy.
Oh, it definitely made it interesting, and man, that was something. All right, great race. What a way to end it. I mean, like I said, this is these guys' Super Bowl, and who would have thought a South Carolina driver would win it though?
Yeah, South Carolina driver. But GT Irizarry doing one heck of a job here. Opening night here, made his debut on the finale, got everything done. And as we get ready for interviews, I just want to say, once again, even though we are going into the off season of the Tobacco Road Sim Series, Next Gen Series, you can find all information regarding the next 4 recruitment races going up throughout the weeks before the season starts. You can find all of that information using their Discord, which you can find at the description of this video. Video, live stream, you know, whatever it is. It's multimedia. It's video. You get it.
Yeah.
And, whew. Man. That, I can't believe Nate Lesko, unfortunate for the number 20 driver. Just not able to get it done. And we'll bring in Mr. Chris Toppings here, who unfortunately got 3rd in the race. But fortunately, he is P2 in the championship. Chris Toppings, Mac and Emmett up here in the booth, man. How you feeling?
Well, I wasn't expecting all that, but I got lucky with that caution at the end and was able to avoid all that carnage there. So,
yeah.
It was a good race. We had fun. A lot about tire management. Only 4 sets of tires, 150 laps. It was awesome. Again, I want to thank everybody who watches, who's coming out. We continue to have better and better and better and better and better races. Thank you to my admins, Brad Harris, Jonathan Pereira, Gary, Michael. I mean, everybody's been a great help, just taking control of things and helping out. And if it wasn't for those guys, we wouldn't be able to do it. And if it wasn't for all the guys coming and racing, we wouldn't be able to do it. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, so P3 for you here tonight, which is very good, but more importantly, that I'm almost positive locks you up into 2nd place in the championship here. What's that mean to you?
Well, for the first season, it's pretty good, and my racecraft and my speed isn't the best out of this group. So just me being consistent and making all the races, paid off. I'm definitely not the fastest, but so just being consistent, I'm pleased with it.
Now, before I let you get out of here and celebrate the success of the league and all of that comes with it, I gotta know, is there any sneak peek you can give us for the season coming up?
Well, there's going to be some rule changes for sure, but we're going to have a little bit longer races. 20 race season. Last 5 races are going to be a championship run, kind of like a chase championship with a few drivers getting eliminated, but it's going to be on points. It's not going to be a win in your end, so it's kind of going to reward points as well. So we look forward to getting that posted in the next couple of days, and we're going to have 4 recruitment races the next 4 weeks, and then we're going to move right straight into season 2 at Daytona.
That sounds like pure cinema, and I cannot wait to witness what you guys do and how you guys make next season even better than this one, because this was electric. I know you gave a few shout outs there in the beginning, but just you, the number 12 driver in the car, not league admin, who would you like to thank for tonight's performance?
You guys. We were talking about this in our chat. If you guys make it for us, because every one of us goes back and watches the broadcast when we're finished. The best broadcast team there is out there. I'll go toe to toe with anybody out there and battle for y'all. Y'all are the best broadcasting group that we've ever encountered. So we're gonna have to give the shout out to y'all for making it with us all season.
Well, even though I was only here for the last 3 seasons, or the last 3 weeks, I apologize. I, very much appreciate that, and I'm sure Rob, who's behind the cameras producing, I'm sure Emmett with me in the booth, they have equal amount of thanks and gratefulness, and thank you very much for the kind words on behalf of everyone here at Racer Nexus, and we're going to let you get out of here. We're going to let you celebrate P3 on the night, but P2 in the championship. Mr. Chris Toppings, everyone.
Thank you.
And now, switching things up, Emmett, I'm going to let you handle our championship winner here, Mr. Ronald Braylon.
Ronald, man, I'm sorry to cut you off, man, but congrats, man. This is, we were talking about that race at Bristol. I was telling Mac about where it seemed like you were going to win that race at Bristol, and then Nunez got you on that last cycle. How does it feel, man, to be a champion?
It's something, man. It really is. Going back to that Bristol race, we thought we had a really good shot, really good car, felt really good, and that was Nunez's first race, and we've had a couple of those this year. Tonight being one of them. GT put on a hell of a show. It was a really good night. Charlotte's not one of my better tracks. I don't have a lot of experience here, but I knew I stayed consistent throughout the season, and so I just needed to put a good night together tonight, and finish ahead of Chris and Michael, and we got a good shot at it.
Now, how do you build on this going forward for season 2?
Well, the bad part about it is obviously you got nowhere to go but down, right? That's the unfortunate part. You guys have seen it all year long. There is a really, really good group here. Some real talented guys, some really fast guys. So I think season 2's picture is going to look a lot different, and I'm excited for that. It's going to be challenging, but I think it'll be worth it, and it'll be fun.
All right, and before I let you go to celebrate with your team, is there anyone you'd like to thank out there?
Yeah, I mean, everybody at Tobacco Road, the whole crew from the admin team putting this season together. These guys worked really, really hard, building the good group, building the rule set, and, getting the cars and the track or the scheduling together and everything. Chris has done a hell of a job. He's got a hard-working team behind him. And then, obviously, all the racers at Tobacco Road, too. For the most part, we've had a good group that's been really consistent. We've appreciated that. We've seen a lot of guys, start at a certain level, and then tonight they finish top 5, top 10. And, that maybe wasn't the case all year. So it's cool to see everybody evolve and get better throughout the season. And lastly, I'd say you guys, I agree with Chris. Everything that he said, you guys put on a hell of a broadcast. And Chris wasn't lying. I sit here after every race, and I'll stay up as late as I need to and watch every race back from start to finish. And you guys do an incredible job. So, Tobacco Road, you guys, that's it.
Yeah, the thing is, there wouldn't be any Quack Pack if it wasn't for that Talladega race. But anyways,
that's right.
But anyways, are you going to celebrate with some poutine tonight and just chill?
Yeah. We got about almost a foot of snow on the ground, so I don't think we'll be going anywhere tonight. But we got some beers in the fridge. We'll be having a good time.
Heck yeah, well, congrats, man, and we'll look forward to seeing you next season.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You as well.
Mac?
Yes, sir. What a night, Emmett. What a night. We saw a new champion crowned. We saw a new debut that ended in a new race winner. And, wow, man, Charlotte, it produces. It produces, like we always say. And, you know, you see it on your screen there, guys, the race info. Season starting soon in January. They're accepting more drivers. The league Discord can be found in the video/live stream description. If you are late, if you're watching this a day or two after, don't worry. It will be in the description there as well. And forever and ever, as long as the video stays up, you'll be able to find the information on the Tobacco Road Sim Racing Cup Series.
Forever and
Well,
ever.
I'm still like so excited. My like heart rate's through the roof, but I mean, it is the end of the night, and that is unfortunately where we have to signal off and say goodbye here to everybody who participated. It's been one heck of a night here in Charlotte. 150 laps down, new champion crowned. On behalf of everybody at Racer Nexus Broadcasting, I appreciate you guys watching. We all do. My name is Mac Nelson. With me, Emmett Crow, as always. And behind the scenes in production, Rob Campbell. W. Rob's in the chat. That is the guy that makes all of this look so dang good. We just get to get on here and yap. So big shout out to Rob. And yeah, big shout out to you, Emmett.
Thanks. I appreciate it, man. Big shout out to you, Mac and Rob. Rob, I just want to say thanks for bringing me on. I look forward to doing another season of this, and it was a fun one for sure. And for you, Mac, coming on, those last 3 races were pretty interesting, so I look forward to working with you next season as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With all that said, we are gone. Ladies and gentlemen, tune in next season if you want to see more of the Tobacco Road Sim Racing Series. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Happy holidays. Have a fantastic night. We'll see you in the next one.